Hey guys, it's Kyle from InvestiShare. There's quite a few things I want to go over today and a lot of warnings I want to tell you as well with the market, so you guys can react to it and accumulate a lot of profits. But if you interact the wrong way, things will go poorly if you don't have a stop loss in place. So it's going to be pretty crazy in the next 24 to 48 hours in the market. There's going to be a lot of volatility after today's announcement by the Feds. They have a schedule to increase the basis points by another 50. It could go even higher, depending on the rumors that I've heard. I've heard that they'll go as high as like 75 basis points, and if that happens, the DXY or the dollar is going to pump most likely. About 9 times out of 10, it pumps in response to that, and as the US dollar pumps, Bitcoin will go down. So yeah, let's get into it and see how it goes. All right, so yeah, last we spoke, we were looking at the DXY, and we saw that it's the highest it's been in 2 decades, since December of 2002. And if I zoom in on let's zoom in on the 4-hour chart, it looks like a cup and handle is starting to form. If that breaks to the upside, then you'll see it go up an additional 3%, inching closer to the technical target of the macro formation on the this weekly chart here. When we broke this W formation here, the technical target is 117. Right now we're at 105. So if we break this cup and handle, it'll just bring us closer to the technical target of this formation. And if it breaks to the upside, we got to react to that in a bearish way for Bitcoin. So this meeting that's going to take place is going to pretty much decide which direction this cup and handle breaks. And if it breaks to the downside, we may have a double top formation to trade off of for a bullish scenario for Bitcoin. So let's go over to the Bitcoin chart. There's going to be a lot of noise. I traded quite a bit, so bear with me. So here's a couple warnings I want to go over really quick. There are a lot of institutional investors underwater right now, and they're starting a huge liquidation battle. Who can liquidate who first, and who can stay in the market, stuff like that. One of the biggest ones I want you guys to pay attention to is Celsius. So they were about to be liquidated when I believe it was around 22,500. If Bitcoin reached that price, they would have lost about $285 million in the position. And if that were to happen, it would cause a cascade effect where their liquidation would cause more liquidations, and just wipe out the market clean pretty much. But they doubled down, and now their liquidation level is at 16,500. So it's going to be awkward. So what could end up happening is they'll keep doubling down, which will be bullish for Bitcoin because they'll be buying it to basically they'll create pumps by trying to save their ass, basically. And if they're not able to, if we end up reaching 16,500, I can almost guarantee you, not financial advice, but I could see half the market cap pretty much just be deleted in almost an instant during that period. Because if they get liquidated, a lot of retail is going to get liquidated, and a lot of institutional investors are going to get liquidated in reaction to that. So I have on my chart right now an extremely important level of support we need to pay attention to. If we don't recover above this, and if they don't add more capital into their losing position, it could be catastrophic for Bitcoin. Like, we will see a giant drop from this level of support. If it comes resistance, we'll see Bitcoin just almost instantly drop to about 12,000, and from there, I believe that a lot of people will lose faith in Bitcoin temporarily, and we're going to have a lot of sideways trading, and it's just going to be a very, very slow market for a long period of time. But we'll see what happens. So we just got to react to this upcoming meeting and see how it's going to play out. And if we see, let's zoom in really quick here. I'm going to go into the hourly chart. So this is what I'm looking at right now. So the Fed meeting is probably going to cause a breakout of this formation on the hourly chart here. And whether it be a bullish event, we'll see this breakout to go to the upside and bring us to roughly the technical targets, roughly around 24,000. If we break to the downside, we could go all the way down to like 19.5, if not further. If that doesn't hold, then you got to worry about that Cascade event that I told you about, the liquidation event. If I go over to blockchain data, it's showing that we're actually in capitulation mode right now, where a lot of people usually end up selling out of fear. This is historically the best time to buy, but Bitcoin has never been in a recession like this. So you got to be very careful. If you are planning on investing, like say, for example, $10,000 into Bitcoin, don't use that $10,000 all at once. Have it spread out with limit orders at important levels of support, and use those important levels of support as like your entry points. And then your average will be a lot more safe than just throwing it all in at once. Not financial advice, I'm just saying be careful when you're thinking about buying Bitcoin right now. You want to wait until we at least have a confirmed reversal if you're going to be just throwing everything in at once. So yeah, break everything down to limit orders if you're going to dollar cost average in right now. That's all I got to say. Going over to the number of addresses with a balance of Bitcoin, 1 Bitcoin or more, this is actually starting to go in an uptrend, which is no surprise when the prices are this low. It's if I zoom in here, you can see that ever since we started the crash back in around 38,000, look, the confirmed bear market was around 52,000, but the accumulation starting to skyrocket once we got around 38,000, and now it just keeps going up and up and up and a higher. The uptrend is getting stronger and stronger as the prices get lower, which makes a lot of sense because it's cheaper to buy Bitcoin. So people are starting to accumulate right now, and it isn't small. It isn't peanuts. It's 1 Bitcoin wallet addresses that are growing right now. So $20,000 right now on average. So that's bullish. So hopefully, I don't think retail is going to be strong enough to be able to support the institutional liquidations, which is I just don't get it. I don't get how these people are allowed to have this much money if they're this irresponsible with it. Anyways, I don't want to go on a rant, but that's pretty much everything, guys. Pay attention to this formation here. React off of it. I don't recommend trading until the event is over. The news is out, and see what they're going to do with these interest rate hikes. But I don't think it's going to be good news, guys. So be very careful trading today. See you guys.